This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we come to you from high above the eastern sidelines inside the pit at Pocatello High School. This is Preston Indians basketball. As tonight the Indians play their final game of the regular season as they will take on the Pocatello Indians. Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley, glad to have you with us here on this Friday evening. Preston comes in with an 18-2 overall record. They are 10-2 in conference. For Pocatello, they're break even, 10-10 so far on the year, 7-6 in conference play. Ron, and you've been around this rivalry a lot more than I have. Yeah, that this can be a very interesting place to come and play.
We came up here back in 16, our first state championship year, and I think we lost a district tournament game up here, if I remember right. And so, our team's going to have to come out tonight and certainly not overlook Pocatello. This is a big game, Dan. We're 18-2 and all that, but if we lose tonight, we're the 4th seed in the district tournament. So the way the district is set up now with the point system, of course, every game matters, and this one especially tonight. So this is a big game for Preston. I'd say the biggest game of the year so far.
Yep, exactly. Of course, Preston is coming off a big win, 81-69 over Burley back at Preston Gym on Wednesday night. Ty Hyde led the Indians with 22 points. Hyde, Cooper Hobson, Scott Dunn, and Luke Smaley combined for 77 of the 81 points.
Yeah, when those big four can score like that, we're tough to beat. When the threes are going down and Ty's doing his thing on the inside and Smaley's driving to the basket and creating, and it's a pretty thing to behold. And so, tonight, Preston needs to come out with that same intensity that they did against Burley and just get these guys and get a good lead and kind of take the hope away from Pocatello.
Right. Of course, they met back in Preston earlier this year, back in the middle of January, and it was the Indians able to knock off the Pocatello Indians that night. In fact, Preston has beaten Pocatello 2 in a row and 11 of the last 12 overall.
Yeah, it's been a little lopsided over the years. And, Pocatello traditionally has really good guards that shoot well, and that's no different this year. They haven't had a lot of size in years past, and I think the same is with this year. So Preston will have a size advantage tonight, but they have scrappy players, and the pit is kind of a crazy environment, and it's not going to be easy tonight for Preston.
Yeah, we're talking to the broadcaster for the Pocatello team, and he said that they wanted to move back in here a couple of years ago because they think this gives them a home court advantage.
Well, the fans are right on the floor, and the one thing we talked about we don't like about is the proximity of the wall to the end of the court. I mean, you're talking 2, maybe 3 feet, and so there is a little safety concern there, but it is a fun environment, and they did improve the lighting, which makes it a little better to play in.
For Pocatello overall, they come in, they're 10-10, but they're on a little bit of a cold streak. They've lost 4 out of 6 coming into the game here tonight.
And yet they're going to be trying to get a higher seed like we are. Right. So everybody has something to play for, and look for Pocatello to come out and give it their all.
Well, this way, they have a chance of being a 5. So if
hosting a game. So, it's a big deal for both teams tonight.
Yep, exactly. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll talk to the head coach, Tyler Jones. We'll do all that as we continue right after this on mylocalradio.com.
For details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products.
Welcome back to the Indian pregame show with Coach Tyler Jones before the final game of the regular season here in Pocatello. 18-2 headed into the final game of the regular season. Can you describe the season, what it's gone for you in a couple of words?
Yeah, I mean, coming in, we had a lot of question marks with our inexperience and graduating pretty much everybody from last year's team. But, it's been a process, and they've come around and grown throughout the season. And, you want to be, confident going into the district tournament. And I think we've had some growing pains and some ups and downs, and I think we're better for it.
Way back in Shelley on opening night, I mentioned expectations. At 18-2, now it's hit the last game of the year. Has this team kind of met your expectations, you think?
I think so. You're unsure coming in, and we've seen a lot, like you talked about. We've grown. I think we've shown some grit at times, some toughness, and we're going to find out now. We're 18-2, so we're obviously doing some good things, but tonight's a huge game on the road. We got to go, and we got a lot to play for tonight, obviously, for the conference seed going into the tournament next week. So if we win tonight, we'll be the 2. If we lose, we're the 4. So, a lot to play for. And, again, that momentum going into next week, we want to be able to be at home for the district tournament.
Last game against Burley, you got a very balanced attack from the big 4 that you throw out on the court every night. It's nice to be able to get that.
Yeah, when you get 1 or 2, then, it's tough. But when you can get 4 guys in double figures, that's big. And the balance, anytime you get balance, it's a good thing. It's tough for people to key on 1 or 2 guys, and we had people step up, and we're going to need that again here tonight.
So coming in here tonight against Pocatello, a rivalry game, a team that you beat earlier in January, but still it's a tough matchup.
Yeah, we're 2 different basketball teams. We have some size and guard play, and they're all small and quick, and they shoot 3-pointers like crazy, and they go 110 miles an hour. They're fearless, and they're fast, and they just fly around. So we can't get caught up into that. We can't get wild and play their way, or we're going to be in trouble. We need to play our game. We need to defend better tonight than we did the other night, and then we've got to execute. I think early on, we have a big size advantage. We've got to get the ball inside early and establish tie, and then that's going to open it up for other people.
The nice thing about having the balanced attack that you had in that game against Burley, Pocatello can't really key on one person as much as they'd like to.
Yeah, and that's why we need, Scott and Cooper to be able to hit those shots, and not only just shoot, but be able to attack, because it just makes you so much tougher to guard when you can go to the basket and when those threes are falling. So, and then Luke, you talk about those other guys, but Luke is our key, with running the point, and when he can get to the basket and create and get others open, it does a lot for us.
His game has really changed in the last month or so. From just a kind of a facilitator he was in the beginning of the year to now a real slasher and attacker of the basket.
Yeah, and like we said, those 4, when they're clicking, it makes us really tough. And then you got our role guys like Riley and Tyler and Garrett who can come in and feed off of that and hit shots when they're open and get those easy ones underneath.
Best of luck tonight, and hopefully let's go home with the 2 seed in our pocket.
We'll take that. We're going to give it our best shot. Thank you.
Tyler Jones, head coach of the Preston Indians, taking time out. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
Are you looking for a better interest rate on your bank accounts or checking account? then Lewiston State Bank has the answer for you. This is Robert Stevenson, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high interest rate on the first $25,000. This rate is even higher than most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Logan branch on 3rd South in Maine, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed, and Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Grays.
Welcome back here on the pregame show from the pit at Pocatello. Forgot to mention one thing, Ron, that with a win tonight, Coach Tyler Jones, who has had over his 8-year run here, all kinds of success, he would be, with a win tonight, 100 games over 500.
143-43, which I don't know what that compares with. I'm sure there's high school coaches out there and some prep school that have only lost one game in 7 years or something. But for a situation like he's in, to play in 4A at one of the smallest schools in 4A and to have the success that he's had, sure says a lot about his coaching ability. We're really fortunate to have him.
Yeah. That is by the way, that's a 767 winning percentage.
It's incredible. Yep.
Other games tonight around the Great Basin 10 on this last weekend of regular season play. Mountain Home is at Burley. Canyon Ridge will be at Filler. Century goes on the road. They're at Jerome, and Wood River plays at Minico. We invite you now to stay tuned. The starting lineups and the opening tapper next. It's Preston at Pocatello coming up next on MyLocalRadio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
When it comes to major surgery, think small. Small town, that is. At Franklin County Medical Center, the surgical capabilities are anything but small. Partnered with the top surgeons and specialists in the region to provide advanced care to those living in southeastern Idaho. Whether it's cataract surgery, women's surgery, gallbladder removal, trauma, even a full hip or knee replacement, they have you covered. And now they're among the few hospitals in southeastern Idaho able to remove kidney stones. See just how big the surgical capabilities really are. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
This is Preston Indians basketball. All the excitement of the best basketball action in Idaho is just ahead. Tonight's game is brought to you by Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Webb Funeral Home, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting LLC and is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any use of the descriptions or accounts of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting LLC is strictly prohibited. Live from Pocatello High School, this is Preston Indians basketball. Hi, everybody. Dan Hubbard along with Ron Smaley. Certainly glad to have you with us for this regular season finale and bit of a rivalry game as Preston comes here to Pocatello. What's on the line tonight for the Indians? Simple. A win means a number 2 seed in the district tournament coming up next week. They lose, and they'll be the number 4 seed. So that means a big difference in the number of home games you're going to get to play. For Preston, as dominant as they are at home, that is a big hurdle to climb.
Well, and the way it's set up this year is a little bit different because the 2 teams that make it to the district championship this year, both of them go to state, win or lose.
Right.
And so if Preston gets the 2 seed, then they'll theoretically have a pretty easy to win first game, and then they'll be hosting another that'll be a hard game, but at least they'll be at home. And if they win that game, they punch their ticket to state.
Right.
Because either win or lose in the district championship, you go. So this gives Preston a chance to have 2 home games to go to state. So big game for Preston.
Yep, exactly.
For sure.
And the way that breaks down is it's simple. You have 2 home games, you win them both, and you've already qualified. It doesn't matter what the third game is going to be.
Doesn't matter. In years past, when there was only 2 teams, you could make it to the district championship, and if you lost, you had to go around, and you could even, we've done that before. We played in the district championship, lost, and then lost again and sat home. So it's a big advantage to be a higher seed to host those games.
For Pocatello, who hasn't played well over the last 6 games, they're 2-4 coming in their last 6. They need a win here tonight, and they could possibly end up as the 5 seed with a win here tonight. It's sort of very possible we could see Pocatello back next week at our place.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. And, I think like Coach Jones said in the post game, I think, we want to control the pace of the game. They're going to want to get out and run and try to take advantage of their quick shooters and that. They don't want a slow down game because we can beat it inside on them and take advantage of the size. So Preston needs to control the pace, and of course we got to stay out of foul trouble. And if we do those things, we'll be in the first part of the game. But we were trying too hard to get it into tie at the beginning. It was too obvious, and we were getting some turnovers. We still want to get it into tie, but we maybe need to not do it right off the bat. But here he has a chance to make a 3-point play.
As he completes it.
She does. So that's 10-7 now for the Pocatello Indians. Preston's in kind of a full court, and Pocatello just gets a bucket right there.
Little runner by Caden Hales. Nice little spin move at the bucket.
Yep.
Did they get it around Hyde as well?
Smaley's got the ball at the top of the key and goes in,
and they called it, he lost control of it and ended up coming down.
Well, if the guy wouldn't have hit it, it would have been.
Right. It was almost, hit it. It was almost more of a pass to himself, but you're right. They knocked it out.
They hit it. That
hand.
was a bad call. Yep.
Swing it over to the left side. That's Huff. Drives down low. Little bank shot down low. That's Tyler Olson.
Yeah.
He gets the hoop and the foul.
Yeah, Pocatello coming out with a lot of energy, Dan, and the refs are obviously going to call this tight, and Preston looks a little tentative. Preston's got to withstand this early run and get their composure back.
Fouls on Hobson, his first. And the free throw is good. So Tyler Olson completes the three-point play.
Yeah, these refs just called a foul on one. They are calling everything right now. Yeah.
Between this game being so important and being a rivalry game, they want to make sure they keep it called very close to the vest.
They want to keep the players from getting into it, and they're calling everything. So with that, Preston will have to be careful and try to stay out of foul trouble.
So the ball comes into the Indians in the backcourt as Smaley brings it up across the timeline. Luke comes left, down toward the free throw line extended, looks in, drops it down to Ty. Ty backs down into the paint. They double team him, reach in and foul, as it was Jaden Downs on the double team who reached in and is going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, and Ty will get the ball in there, and he's hard for them to guard. He'll be able to get some looks like that. He'll also be able to pass it out to people as they double and triple team him too.
So here's Ty back to the free throw line. Makes the first.
Good. It's going to be real key tonight, as in really every game, is the foul shooting percentage. And so hopefully Preston will. We've been doing better the last few games.
They have. They have been doing a lot better, but they're still, in the last 10 or 12 games, they're still hanging right around that upper 60 percentile.
Yep. Want to get that in the 80s.
And unfortunately, this late in the year, you're not going to get it that high.
Nope.
Under full court pressure, they get it up into the front court. Cleaves all the way to the bucket, no good. Hobson has the rebound up high. Comes to Smaley, pushes up into the front court. Garrett Ward just into the game, has it. Back to Hobson, looks at a three. In, out, stays out. And the rebound pulled down by Pocatello up into the front court. Isaac Brown just into the game as well. Three-pointer from the corner is good.
Yeah, we've got to slow the pace down. We don't want to shoot that early in the possession. We're just playing right into what Pocatello wants us to do right now.
Peyton Cleaves makes the three. They're up by 9. It's 18-9 with 4:05 to play here in the first quarter. Smaley and tries to go around the man, but he's held.
Yeah, they called a quick foul there that was on Huff, wasn't it?
I believe it was, 23.
Yeah, Preston's trying to do that high pick like they do a lot for Smaley with Hyde. And that should work tonight. That should be something we can do.
That's 4 team fouls against Pocatello here with 4:03 to play in the first.
Yep.
Get it into Hyde, top of the key. Hands it back to Smaley. Luke wants to drive. Kick it to Dunn in the corner. A three-pointer from there. It's an air ball. Ty had it, dropped it, and it was taken away by Pocatello. They push up into the front court. As a three-pointer from the left corner is good again.
Yeah, Pocatello's got to be in the 80% on their threes tonight. So good start for Pocatello. Preston's got to make a comeback.
Cleaves has the three. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one here as well. Back in 30 seconds on mylocalradio.com.
Time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
.343 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Preston trailing here in the first, 21-9. They did not get off to that quick start they needed to tonight. Comes out top. Ward kicks it over to the left side to Hobson. Hobson looks to drop it down low, can't, so they'll bring it back out top again.
They are all over Hyde, and that ref, Harding, is calling nothing. And they're just all over Ty.
Look inside again, but they are wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Look at him.
Finally.
They're just like shoving Ty in the back, and they finally called it. He had to.
Finally, foul call on Romroll.
Yeah.
That's his first, team's fifth. And ball out of bounds underneath their own basket for Preston. Gets it into Ty, off a little bank shot, good.
Good.
They were watching people cut around. They never saw Ty on the block.
Yeah, they kind of lost him on that. So that's a nice little bucket for Preston there. Need to get rolling.
They're down by 10, 21-11 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. Drop it down low. Down it comes to Romrell. His shot no good. Rebound taken away by Ward. Stole it away from the man. Here comes Smaley up into the front court. Lays it off to Ty. He goes to the bucket.
Wow.
And Foul called on Romrell. That'll be 2 quickly on him and 6 on the team.
Yeah, and this is, I think, Ty, it'll be his 5th and 6th foul shot tonight, if I'm calculating right.
I think so. I think so.
So Preston obviously trying to go in, and it looks like Romrell's hurt, or he's limping a little bit, but he looks like he's going to stay in the game. So
that's 2 fouls on him. So with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter, Pocatello's out of fouls for the half.
Yeah. Yep.
For the next 10 minutes and 50 seconds, when fouled, Preston will shoot free throws.
Yep.
First one by Ty.
Oh, rattles out.
Was in and came out.
Yep. Amazingly, Preston only has 1 foul called on him this half.
Yep.
I thought there was more than that, but it's just this is 6 fouls for Pocatello and 1 for Preston.
And that's the one is against Hobson.
Yep.
Second one is good.
Good. So Preston's just got to kind of chip away at this lead. I'm kind of surprised Preston's still in the 1-2-2 zone with their shooting, but we'll see what happens.
Brown gets it back, swings it over here on the near side. It comes to Downs. They throw it away. Here comes to Hobson, quickly ahead of the pack. It goes to Smaley, lay it up and in.
That's a nice turnover for Preston, and then a good finish. A good pass by Cooper, too.
They're cutting the lead down, and they got it down to 7.
Yep.
Brown gets it back. Now comes back over to Downs. Inside to Olsen, gets it back. Now back down in the corner. They lay it off. It comes to Huff. Huff tried to force it to pass inside. Cooper took that one away. Here comes Hobson all the way to the bucket. That's no good. Smaley has the rebound inside, gets it back to Dunn. Now they go to Hyde, and a holding foul.
Well, that's going to go on Huff, if I'm seeing it right. Dan, I don't know how many that is on him, but
that'll be 2 that I'll have.
Yeah.
Actually, no, they didn't call it on him. They called it on Jaden Downs.
Jaden Downs, huh? Well, he's got 2, so Ty will go to the line again.
Either way, there's just exactly what we were talking about 30 seconds ago. More free throws.
Yep.
First of the 1-and-1 is good.
It's a good way to get back in the game, so you can score if the clock stopped and put points on the board. So, and Preston's being real aggressive. They're attacking the hoop, either through their guards or through Ty, and that's what you need to do.
And that was the problem in the first 3 minutes of the game, was that the emotion hadn't settled down. The adrenaline was running for Pocatello.
Yeah, and they came out hot, and now they need a timeout to kind of regroup. So Preston had a good turn there.
So they'll call the timeout. 2:03 to play. We will keep it here on mylocalradio.com, and just to kind of go back and talk a little bit. The girls played last night at Mountain Home, Ron. Very tough loss. It came down. They ended up losing by 1. The Tigers from Mountain Home hit the winning shot, a little 13-foot jumper in the key with 8 seconds left. Ended up winning the game by 1.
Oh, I feel bad for Coach Hall and the team, and they had a good year, and they're such a good team, and it's just the nature of the game. Not everybody can go to state, but shout out to Coach Hall and the team. They really had a good year.
They did. Yep. And a lot of the girls, boy, they took it really hard. They had a 12-point lead toward the end of the third quarter, and were outscored in quarter number 4. Ended up losing it.
Yeah.
And they had a shot at the end, but just couldn't get the shot off. A quality attempt. Ended up losing the game.
Well, and again, being the 4th seed, they had to go play the game at Mountain Home.
Exactly.
So that's not what you want to do.
But as the ball down low comes to Huff. His shot no good. Ty has it. Smaley up into the front court.
Nice
pass to Ward. Blows the layup. Rebound is off. It's kicked forward by Brown. They let him still keep the ball.
And
then travels right in front of the Preston bench.
They got it.
Just a little bit, trying to play a little bit too fast, and got a little bit ahead of himself.
He did, and Garrett just kind of caught the end on that, the rim, on that little layup. Right. But we'll get that one next time.
And just one last thought about the girls' game last night. On the girls' side of the bracket anyway, it held serve. The 1, 2, and 3 seeds all qualify for state.
Yep. Uh-oh.
And a ball foul away from the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be a moving screen.
They call it against Hyde or Ward. Did he put up 10?
Oh. Well, I saw that fist, so I thought it was 0, but
he called it on Garrett. That's 2 on Garrett.
Okay. Yeah, Garrett will have to come out, and looks like Tyler Parker's checked in right now. This is about the time of the game where, in this into the first quarter, where it's really important who takes momentum into the second quarter.
Swing it around. Brown, three-pointer from the left side is good.
And you got to guard Isaac. He's a great shooter. Plays with Luke on a traveling team, and he's a heck of a shooter.
1:10 to play, 24-16. Leads at 8. Comes to Hobson. Down to Hyde on the left block. Wants to back in, can't. Go back to Cooper in the corner. A three-pointer from there is good.
Wow. It's almost just spontaneous for Cooper when he gets the ball. He's just going to throw that up like that, and he just is so smooth on that.
That hardly moved the net. Less than a minute now to play in the quarter, down to 45 seconds. Over on the left side, now that comes back to Brown. Oh, did anybody ever tell Pocatello that white numbers on a white jersey are very hard to see?
They don't care about us up here. It's worse in football. When you're trying to call a football game clear up, it's a lot harder.
They'll now pull the ball back out, and they'll hold on for the last shot. Clock down to 28, as that's Matthew Ney dribbling the ball out near the timeline. Smaley now starts to inch out now, so the referee will start to count as they give it back to, whoops, the ball deflected. It gets to Brown anyway. Drives against Ty. Little runner in the lane is good.
Good play by Isaac there.
Isaac goes over Ty. Lead back out to 7 again. 8 seconds now. 7, 6, 5 on the clock. Smaley comes around the Hyde screen. Goes back to Hobson. He's got to put up a shot from way outside, and it's no good.
Would like to got a better shot, working it in there a little closer.
But they fell behind early, and they fought back. And they'll go to the second quarter trailing by 7. We'll go to the second after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
After 1 here in Pocatello, it's Pokey 26, Preston 19.
Well, it's you've got the first quarter jitters out of the way, all the hype and the hoopla going into this big game. Hopefully we'll settle down a little bit, and Preston can kind of get back to doing what they do, Dan.
They, in the last 4 minutes, the back 4 minutes of the first quarter, they started to play a lot better and made a run. They were down as many as 12. And it's 7 now as we head to the second quarter.
Had it to 5 there for a minute. Tyler Parker's going to pick up a foul there.
Got the ball inside to Huff.
Yeah.
And Tyler just kind of gave him a little bit of a shove in the back.
So that's only the 3rd foul on Preston so far this game.
Yeah. Pocatello has 7.
Yep.
As they get it in, Brown from straight away and deep, no good.
Oh, over the back. Wow.
Didn't call it. Olsen with a three-pointer.
I don't know how they didn't call that. It was right. Coach Jones is not happy about that. It was right in front of the ref, too.
So back out to 10 again at 29-19.
Oh, there you go.
Parker down low to Hyde.
Oh, they are just hounding him down there.
They don't call that foul as the ball was taken away by Huff.
Got to keep working it in, though, because eventually they'll have to call that. They're so obvious.
Lob it inside. Olsen at the corner. Outside, Huff. Three-pointer from there is no good. Cooper has the 3. Or has the rebound, I should say, on the 3.
Yep.
I was going to say, the thing about Pocatello is you live by the 3 and die by the 3. They're not going to make them from outside all night.
No.
As the ball's taken away, as they tried to get it to Hyde, and the Olsen with the layup and
a really late foul call. I mean, after that was a really late call.
Called against Riley Parker. Gave him a little bit of a shove in the back as he was going up for the layup.
Yep.
So give Olsen the 2 points. He'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play. He has 8 already here in the first half.
Yeah, Coach Jones is, let's just say, not happy right now with the reffing. and deservedly so. It's been pretty rough.
Can't say I blame him. That's the one thing from last night's game that was fairly questionable was the refereeing in that game.
Yep.
But,
got to play through it, though, Preston. Just get back to what we do, and we'll be fine.
Smaley comes to Hobson on the left side. Down on the block, it goes to Hyde again. Tries to go around Huff, can't, gives it to Luke. Spin move in the paint. Now back to Hyde. Foul, count it.
There you go. There you go. So
that's going to be 2 on Huff.
Yep. So they're starting to get Huff and Romrell both with 2 fouls. The only 2 guys really that can put a body on Hyde. So keep going down there, get them into their 3rd foul, and that should be. And it looks like they're going to bring in Maverick Hale now.
Maverick Hale is a 6-foot junior.
Yep.
Who doesn't play a whole lot.
Yep.
And Hyde completes the 3-point play.
So now if I'm Preston, I really pound it into Ty now and work on Hale. Try to get some easy buckets.
31-22, 6.5 to play here in the first half. Quickly up into the front court. They get it to Cleaves. 3-pointer from the far side. That's no good. That was put up by Ney. Long rebound, however, comes off to Pocatello. That's going to be, nope, they're going to say that Ty reached in and poked it away.
Wow. We're up here a little ways, but I really thought that was off Pocatello. But
they give it back to Pocatello as they bring it in from the baseline. Brown, I should say not Brown, but Cleaves rather, drives and got a foul.
Yeah,
a little bit of an
catch
elbow.
Cooper with a push.
That's going to be on Cooper. That's his 2nd.
Yep. Pocatello's doing a really good job, Dan, at being aggressive and driving to the basket with a height disadvantage. Credit to them for doing that.
One thing they're able to do is to spread out the Preston defense, and they're finding holes to drive down in there. That shot no good. Brown has the rebound, wants to kick it back out, and does. As it comes to Ney, now down low. That is Hale. That shot no good. And Smaley has the rebound for Preston. Quickly up into the front court, it comes to Hobson. Tries to drive, and he's fouled going to the bucket. It'll be on the floor,
They're going to call
however.
it down as he was going up to shoot. So,
but it's still going to be 1-1.
Yeah. But I think it should have been 2 shots. I thought he was definitely shooting. He was slashing to the basket to go up to shoot. So
fouls against Ney, his first, and that's 9 on Pocatello. So the next one will put Preston into the double bonus with just a couple of ticks under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. So the foul situation goes from bad to worse for Pocatello, as the first one by Hobson is good.
Yeah, and Preston, I don't know what our percentage is on the foul shooting, but it's got to be decent. And as Cooper makes one, and hopefully he'll make his 2nd one here to get Indians within 7. We did get back to within 5.
Yeah, that rolls out. So he missed the 2nd. And now Brown will skip the dribble across the midcourt line. Looks inside. He'll come over here on the near side to Cleaves. Cleaves comes back across the top of the key, gives it to Ney, drives, blocked by Hyde. Ball loose underneath, picked up by Parker, and they hold it, but it's going to go back to Preston.
Yeah, Preston with the possession. Good job by Riley to get down there and grab that rebound. A great block by Hyde, too, by the way, Dan.
Well, he came out of nowhere to block that shot.
Yeah.
As Garrett Ward comes back into the game, Cooper Hobson's going to go to the bench with 5.5 to play here in the first half. Smaley comes across the timeline. Again, comes up to Hyde at the right elbow. Hands it off to Ward. Garrett drives, goes around the man, lay it in.
Good drive by Garrett, kind of unexpected, and he was wide open and made a great finish.
Back to within 6, 31-25 as Preston's on a little bit of a run here. Brown down in the corner. Cleaves. That comes back to Hale. That's going to need a bounce and fell in for him.
Yeah.
Soft touch by Maverick Hale, his first 2 points. 33-25 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 4:50 to play here in the first half. Smaley goes to Ward, free throw line extended right. Now they get it to Hyde, just above the free throw line. Ty's going to drive on Hale, spin on Hale, put it up no good. And Hale does not have the rebound. It's actually pulled down inside by Olsen. They get it to Brown. Brown crossover dribble on Smaley in the corner. Can't get a shot there. Now they come back to Brown. Shoots over Luke. That's no good. Ties up high. He's got the board. Give it out. Quick outlet pass in front of the front court. It goes to Ward. Garrett gets it back to Hyde. Hyde in the paint. Can't get a shot, so they'll pull it back out. Comes back out to Luke.
Ty wisely pulled it out. We've got to get the ball to Hyde down on the block.
Yeah.
that's where he's going to be more effective against these guys.
He thought about a three from the top of the key and then thought about one from about 14 and then gave it up. That's where you needed to get him the ball right there. No good.
On.
Tap, no. Rebound by Hyde. Wow. And
they fouled Ty. I don't know who it was, but
fouled Ty. The question is, are they going to call it on the rebound or on the shot?
It'll be on the. Well, either way, you'll have 2 shots. It's double bonus.
That's true.
But he missed a wide open layup, but luckily got the rebound back and got fouled.
Foul was on Olsen. That's his first. And as Ron mentioned, that's now 10 team fouls, so it puts Preston into the double bonus. First one is good.
Good shot, Ty. Yeah, I think if I'm Preston, I just want to get into the half, within a decent margin, regroup a half a little bit, come back out, and have a little better second half.
We made them both.
With that said, this team can score fast. We can come back and we can be in this game closer at half.
33-27. We go into the 4-minute mark remaining here in the first half. Ney can't get it out of the corner. Back out top as it comes to Olsen. Now back to Ney again. Ney wants to drive. Gets cut off by Parker, so they'll swing it back out. All the way back over in the left corner. It goes back out there as that is Cleaves. Wants to drive. Can't cut off. Olsen back to Hale. Now back to Olsen for 3. Good again.
They're getting way too many open looks. Way too many, and their guys are really making them too. We'll have to address that at halftime. That's the only thing keeping them in the game. I don't know what they are on 3, but it's got to be in the 80s.
It's got to be a very high percentage. They're not going to shoot that all night. The lead goes back out to 9 again, 36-27.
Yep.
They'll pull it back out. They give it to Smaley. Comes to Dunn, still looking for his first point of the night. Comes back to Luke. Now get it down low. Nobody there. Layup for Parker. Boy, he got lost.
Yeah, and Riley and Tyler have that advantage. They're not really looking for him in our offense, and so they can slip like that and get those easy buckets.
Ney with it.
Travel.
As Olsen traveled with it.
Yep.
Goes back over to Brown on the left side. He wants to drive. Can't get a shot off. In the corner, it's Ney. From 13, pulls up. Nope, doesn't take the shot. Gives it off to Hale. That's an air ball. Pulled down by Ward, and he's pushed from behind by Cleaves. No foul, but they're able to save it on the floor. Here comes Smaley all the way. Cuts to the bucket and lays it in.
Yeah, Luke saw the lane, saw they didn't have the defense set, and took advantage of it. Great play.
5-point lead now for Pocatello. 36-31 with 2:10 remaining now here in the first half. Olsen back out top to Cleaves. Cleaves goes to Hale. Boy, paying to shoot from out there.
Yeah.
As now they want to set up the offense, and Brown will pull it back out as Coach Green shouts something from the sidelines. Goes to Hale, back to Brown. 3-pointer from the left or right side is good.
Can't let him even have a glimpse of a shot because he'll knock it down every time.
He's got 9 here in the first half. Olsen has 11. Ward looks at a 3, doesn't take it. As Hyde from the left elbow knocks that down. That's a big shot.
Yeah, good shot by Ty. We'd rather have him shooting it in closer, but we'll take it.
We're down under a minute and a half now to play here in the first half. Comes to Ney. Ney, deflected pass, finds the intended target, Olsen anyway. Now back to Brown. Brown goes around.
He traveled.
Runs into Hyde, loses the ball. They didn't call anything. As ahead it goes to Dunn. Dunn is pushed in the middle of the back as he goes up. They don't call that either.
Man.
So here's Cleaves up into the front court. So the make good call for the one they missed down here a moment ago was Dunn going up for the layup, and he gets a 2-hand push in the middle of the back.
Yep.
Ney. Back to Brown, got away from his man, down low, give it to Hale. He didn't know what to do with it, so he gives it back to Ney. Over in the far corner, that's Cleaves, his 3-pointer, no good. Over the back by Hale, gets the rebound, nothing there, he missed it twice. And finally, Ty has the rebound with 27 seconds to play in the half.
Yeah, we'll try to get one last shot here and hopefully go in at the half, only down 4 or 3.
Letting the clock run, down to 16. Luke stands out near the timeline. Pocatello just letting him stand there, let the clock run. It's down to 10, 9, 8. Luke finally puts the ball in motion to Dunn. Parker from the corner for 3 is good.
That's one of those, what's he doing? Great shot, Riley.
We had one of those last night in the Lakers game in Boston. Oh, my goodness.
Great shot. Great
shot.
After
all that in the first half, thanks to the three-point basket, the Preston Indians able to cut it back down to a three-point game as we go to the halftime break. As we go to half, it's Pocatello 39, Preston 36. Back if we'll talk about the first half after this on mylocalradio.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Do you like earning interest on your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tremonton branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
When you see that big green dinosaur, whether at your favorite gas station or convenience store on the side of a delivery truck, you know quality Sinclair products are available there from Hall Oil Company. Hall Oil is a family-owned and operated business that's been serving folks in Cache Valley since 1947. They're your local fuel and oil broker with a low-price guarantee. Another guarantee that's been really important this winter is that when you fill your fuel tanks with premium winter diesel fuel from Hall Oil, it's guaranteed not to gel, even when the temperature drops below zero. It's the no-gel guarantee from Hall Oil Company.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We're at halftime here in Pocatello. The Preston Indians fell behind early but fought back. They trail by 3 at the break, 39-36. And we've been wondering about what they shot in the first half from three-point line range. They were 8 of 13 in the first half, they being the Pocatello Indians. That's not going to continue at that rate.
Well, you wouldn't think so. I guess it could, but you would think they'll cool off a little bit from that. But Preston's got to do a better job at kind of getting in their face a little bit and not giving them those open looks. Pocatello's done a really good job on some little slip screens where they bring a guy up and act like they're going to go around him, then he slips and he gets a wide open shot. And so Preston's got to read that a little bit better and maybe look for us to play a little man-to-man to kind of force them to drive a little bit and then get in with Ty and, maybe not be able to get as many shots in the lane. But right now, definitely, the three-pointer is keeping the Pocatello Indians in the game.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you make them work a little bit harder with a man-to-man defense instead of just shoot over the top?
Well, it depends. Some coaches think that a zone is better against the teams that shoot threes because, you can kind of get to the spots quicker to stop it, not let a guy get beat and then kick out. So it kind of goes both ways. But traditionally, when someone's playing against you in a zone, good shooters find little seams in there and get a quick shot off.
So it's 39 36 at halftime. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back We'll look at the score sheet from the first half. We'll do that out right after this on mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Welcome back. We're at halftime, 39-36. Pocatello on top here at the pit at Pocatello High School. You got one halftime score to pass along. And boy, tell me if you've seen this movie before. Century is trailing at Jerome 16-15 at halftime.
Yeah, that was a bad memory, that game. That's Coach Joe out there. I mean, like I said, it's the only chance he has to win some games, and Century will fight through that. The better team always wins those games.
Yeah, because they're running that spread out delay, waste time thing they did against us like a few weeks back as well. So let's look at the score sheet from the first half here tonight. First for Pocatello, Caden Hales had 2 points. Peyton Cleaves with 6. Isaac Brown with 9 on 3 3-point shots here in the first half. Maverick Hale with 2. Tyler Olson has 11. He made a bunch of threes as well. And then Trey Huff ended with 5 in the first half. Preston didn't commit that many fouls in the first half, and certainly not shooting fouls, as Pocatello only shot 2 free throws in the first half, and they were 1 out of 2. For Preston, Ty Hyde with 14 in the first half. Cooper Hobson with 4. Scott Dunn did not score in the first half. Luke Smaley had 4. Garrett Ward with 2. Riley Parker had 7. As far as foul trouble is concerned, Cooper Hobson has 2. Garrett Ward has 2. And Tyler Parker also has 2 for Preston in the first half. The Preston Indians were 9 out of 11 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and I look for Preston to do a lot of the same things they were doing in the first half as far as getting the ball into Ty. Pocatello has their big guys in, you would say, almost foul trouble, and so that's a big thing to try to get the third and the fourth foul on them. And then we got to look to get a little more out of Scott and a little more out of Cooper and a little more out of Luke. As far as, I mean, Ty's got 8 of his 14 points from the foul line, so we haven't had a lot of clean plays yet, and so I look for us to kind of spread it out a little bit and get some more of that going. But still, of course, key to this game, Ty's got, 1 foul is all?
Yes.
So that's good for us, and I think you keep going into him. But these other guys will step up a little bit, and it's great to see Riley Parker with 7 points too, and that big 3 at the end of the half was huge.
Yeah, that was
huge.
That was a shock. That was one of those. What are you? Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, great shot. Yeah, but he can hit that. Yeah. He doesn't shoot them a lot, but he can do that. He's done it a few times this year. Right. So, and he'll have it. They won't guard him on it, so he'll be able to have a look. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by West Motor Company in Preston. If you're looking for a new car, West Motor Company is the place to go. If you call the Cache Valley home,
that is the place to stop by and see them. They'll make you the best deal they possibly can, but the best deal you'll find anywhere. So if you call the Cache Valley home, stop by West Motor Company and welcome home. Take a time out. We'll come back. Second half is next on mylocalradio.com.
58. When the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group, with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices.
Ready to go the second half here tonight.
Auto Parts
Pocatello leading by 3, 39-36. Preston wins. They are the number 2 seed in next week's district tournament. If they lose, well, they would be the number 4 seed.
Amazing how that works. So it's basically a 3-0 game right now, and Pocatello will get the ball to start the half. And I'm sure Coach Jones came up with some adjustments and some ideas to kind of counter. And Pocatello will come out, and their only hope is to jack threes up. So that's what they're going to keep doing. So Preston will have to try to look to stop that.
So we'll start the second half. Downs with it. Gets it off as it goes to Olson. Down in the corner, tried to feed it back inside. That's going to be knocked away as the good hands inside by Riley Parker to deny the basketball to Olson cutting to the basket.
Yeah, it was good he deflected it because he did have an angle to the basket.
So Brown will bring it in from underneath their own basket. They get it in, and losing the ball. Nope, I'm going to say it was touch.
Oh, he looked like he dribbled it off himself and even looked at the ref like, oh, we get the ball back?
Yep, that's Caden Hales who lost the ball out of bounds. I'm going to say that again, Riley Parker poked the ball away. So again, Brown brings it in.
Yeah.
Gets it back in. Out top to Huff. Goes back to Brown. 16-foot jumper. Good.
That's just that thing. Like I said, he doesn't need much space. He can get his shot off quick. We've got to contain that better this half.
So here's the first Preston possession of half number 2 as it goes to Parker. Gives it off to Dunn. Need to get some scoring out of Dunn as well. Smaley with it on the left side. Drives, cuts, tries to lay it off, has it poked away. Brown has it. Turnover against the Preston Indians. Brown back up into the front court. Looks to go around Smaley, stops. Now he'll kick it back out top. As driving is Downs, he'll kick it back to Brown on the right side. Brown now stops 16 feet away from the basket. He'll give it off. Huff for 3 from the angle right. That's no good. Smaley has the long rebound. Here come the Indians, 3-on-3. Luke all the way, and that's going to be a charge.
Yeah, they'll call that every time on the road. When it's close like that near the basket, it can go either way. You won't get that call on the road, but it's good that he tried to go to the hoop and attack, though. We like that.
That's just the first on Luke, first on Preston in the half. As Brown will bring the ball back up into the front court. 6:40 to play here in quarter number 3 tonight. Comes back to Hales, doesn't take the shot, wants to drive, flips it left-handed. That's an ugly shot.
Air ball.
Flipped it over Hyde.
Yep.
Parker with the rebound gives it to Luke, who brings the ball up into the front court, but looks over to Coach Jones, who will slow it down and will set up the offense. Comes back to Parker. Parker tries to bounce it inside to Hyde. It was knocked down by Olson.
It got him. Yeah, they got Huff. He's just shoving Hyde. They're shoving Hyde all night, and that'll be his 3rd foul, won't it?
I have 2, but let's see. I could be wrong.
I thought Huff and Romrell both had 2.
I believe that
they haven't
2.
put it up on the board yet.
Well, because they haven't told the official score what it is yet, as they're talking about it.
Yeah, 23.
23.
Yeah.
Whatever it is his 3rd.
Yeah, so
that'll be the first against Pocatello.
And you know, he could have fouled out by now because he's just shoved Hyde every time he's got the ball. And so
him and Romrell. Romrell comes back in.
Yep.
As the inbound pass is intercepted, but that's
some narrow down there.
Yeah, and a bit telegraphed too, as Luke was looking right at Hobson in the corner the whole time.
Yep.
Romrell has it, free throw line extended left. Back to Olson, back to the top of the key. They go back now to Hales. Hales tries to go drive down the middle, runs into Parker so they kick it back out. Now in the corner, Romrell looks at a 3. That's no good. Long rebounds off to Olson, wants to turn and go back up. It's short, as it may have been slightly deflected by Riley Parker. Here come the Preston Indians. 3-pointer by Hobson is no good, as it's going to be off. The rebound is taken down there by Downs. Here comes Downs. He'll push. Now he'll slow it down. Back to Brown. Doesn't shoot. In the corner, it goes to Hales for 3. Good.
Yeah, Pocatello's doing a better job of waiting, making that extra pass. We're shooting a little too soon in the offense. We've got to make that extra pass and get better looks.
Still just a little scattered. Look rushed in everything they do.
Yep.
Back out top to Hobson. Comes around. Good screen set by Parker. Hobson's shot no good. And Parker has the rebound. Back to Ty. He bounces around a couple times and falls in.
That was a great rebound by Riley Parker there, and a basket what Preston desperately needed right there, Dan.
That was a good possession for Parker down at that end of the floor, because he also set a screen that rattled some fillings loose.
Yeah.
Downs lays it off down the middle to Olson. He dropped it.
Double dribble, I thought, but they didn't call it.
Kick it back out to Brown. Looks at another 3. Good again.
Yeah, it's just, and there's a foul too, and they're going to count the basket. I don't know. The foul could be on Preston too.
So they'll count.
I don't know.
Seen 2 different indications. Says they're going to count the basket. They count the 3. Now, what are they going to do?
It's Pocatello's going to get the ball back, it looks like. Yep.
Not sure who a push on who, where?
On
Ty.
That should be his second
foul. They have 1. So we'll go with what they say.
Okay.
So that's
we'll big for Pokey. They hit a 3. Now they get the ball back.
Yeah. So the foul was after the basket was made.
Yep.
47-38, 9-point lead again. They've outscored Preston by 6 so far here in the quarter. 4:44 to play in the 3rd. Back to Brown, looks down low, back to, that is Romrell, missed the layup, but it's tapped back in.
Yeah, Preston just real out of sync, just missing defensive assignments. They've really got to regroup here.
So the lead back out to 11 now at 49-38. As they have really been stymied so far here in quarter number 3. Romrell's all over Ty. 3-pointer by Parker's no good. Hobson battles inside, goes back to the bucket. Can't get it to go down, but he's fouled.
Great play by Cooper to get that rebound and draw the foul like that, Dan. That was a really good play. You know, Preston it's almost too obvious going into Ty. You know what I mean? It's almost like they need to kind of go around the horn a little bit and set a little double pick and then have him come up and get it. It's just too obvious, and they're crowding in on him.
And the same thing we talked about before, that when it does go into Ty, it's basically the same move.
Yeah, yep.
First one by Hobson is good. By the way, the foul was against Sheldon Romrell, his 3rd.
So now they're both of their big guys, so that's huge. They both got 3, so we obviously want to keep going into Ty. We've just got to get him a little cleaner look on the inside and get it to him a little different than we've been trying.
Second one for Cooper, made them both again.
Good job, Cooper. Preston a full court press now, Dan, to try to get some turnovers here. Oh, he traveled.
They traveled it. Well, he came to a stop, and that foot just kind of slipped a little bit.
Yep.
So turnover, ball comes back to Preston underneath their own basket. 4:12 to play in the quarter on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard.
Oh,
and
same
the inbound
thing
pass again. Once again, it's thrown right to him.
I don't know if he can't see him or something. I don't know.
Good hands by Hales, intercept the pass. Downs goes around Ward, now stops, tries to go behind his back. The Mustard's off a hot dog. They lose the ball, and it goes back over to Preston on the alternating possession rule.
Did they call a jump?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so it should go to Preston.
So Downs tried to go behind his back while dribbling against two men and got it back behind his ankles and lost it.
Yep. So 9-point lead for Pocatello. So Preston's down 6 this quarter. They're going to have to make a little run here.
So here comes Smalley up into the front court. We go into the halfway point of quarter number 3. As again, that pass down into the corner. And
it's too telegraphed.
Hales is all over that guy coming down across the baseline.
Yeah, it's just too telegraphed. Luke's got to not telegraph it, and it's pretty obvious what we're trying to do. Got to let the kids play a little ball here and get out of these set plays maybe a little bit.
Foul called against Scott Dunn. That's his first. That's 3 against Preston here in the half. Smalley tried to poke it away from Brown, couldn't, and then Brown
traveled or something.
Brown takes a dive to get it ahead to Smalley, lay it up and in, backhanded. Brown tried to draw contact and took a complete dive, and they didn't buy it.
Yeah. No. So
remember that picture of Bobby Orr in the Stanley Cup Finals? That's what he looked like.
Yeah.
That's off of Olsen and out of bounds.
Yeah.
Romero tried to get around Hyde and then throw it underneath, and Olsen couldn't receive the pass.
Yeah, right now Pocatello only has, Romero's still in the game with 3 fouls, so, I think Preston will try to go to him, try to get his 4th foul.
They trail by 7, does Preston. 3:10 to play in the quarter. Smalley, and got something underneath.
Yeah, they got somebody.
They're going to call a double foul?
I don't know, but Cooper's got to be careful. We don't want to get a. Yeah, it's a double foul.
They're going to call number ones on
both
each.
On ones, yeah.
So it's Cooper for his 3rd.
Yeah, is that his 3rd?
Yeah, and Hales his 1st.
Yeah. So here's Riley Parker. Will check back in for Hobson.
So double foul, one's against Cooper Hobson, the other one against Caden Hales. Hobson's now going to come out with his 3rd foul.
A lot of substitutions going on now. Every team's regrouping here.
Matthew Ney into the game. Caden Hales will leave as the referee comes over to talk to the officials for a moment to make sure they got everything square. Ball will stay with Preston. That's not on the alternating possession rule. That's because Preston had the ball when the fouls were called.
Yeah, exactly.
As down low it goes to Hyde. Hyde takes a bit of a bump, and then they double team him.
Wow.
And they say it's off of Hyde and out of bounds.
The other ref got it right.
When Downs basically pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, the other ref got it right. So that was pretty obvious. It's real crammed there under the basket. They need to spread it out a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah, they get it to tie, put it in, count it.
Now that was on 11, right? That was on Olsen?
That's on Olsen.
How many does he have?
That should be 2.
Okay. So a few of their guys kind of getting into some foul trouble. So this can get Preston within 4 if Ty can convert this foul shot. So
Ty was 9 out of
8 of 10 in the first half.
8 of 10 in the first half. Can't read my own writing.
Yep.
8 of 10 in the first half. This is his first free throw attempt of half number 2, and it's good again.
Pure. Great job, Ty. So good job by Preston. 4-point game. Let's get it rolling here now.
I've got Ty with 19. In the last 2 games, he had 21 and 22. Timeout called by Pocatello.
Good.
2:57 to play here in quarter number 3. We'll take a timeout. Back with more after this on mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
One of the assistant coaches during the timeout is out arguing with the officials that there should have been an alternating possession rule and go back over to Preston or to Pocatello when the double foul was called. It's not. That's
Century won. Yeah.
That's not a held ball situation.
Yeah. Century did win. We just got a report. That game ended early. When they start at the same time? Oh, we started a little late. Yeah.
Well, we started a little late, and with no fouls called in that game, just letting the clock run. It took about 40 minutes to play. That's a traveling violation against Downs.
Yep.
So the ball back over to Preston. They trail by 4, so now they've made a run of their own, like you talked about, Ron, and they've been outscored by only now by 1 in the quarter. Comes to Scott, as Dunn is going to be kneed as Cleaves stuck a knee into him trying to go around. That's the first one on Cleaves and number 5 against Pocatello in the half. Smaley will bring it in on the side. Back out top, it comes to Hyde. Gives it to Smaley. Looks at a 3, doesn't take it. Now drives in, tries to bounce it inside. Bad pass taken away by Romrell. Romrell dribbles it up into the front court, out of control. Now gives it off to Olson, who almost slipped and fell. Back out top, swing it over the right side. That goes over to Downs. Downs, 12-footer in the paint. Blocked by Dunn.
Hit it.
Romrell able to get it back. 14-foot jumper, no. Ty has the rebound for Preston.
Good block by Scotty. Great job. Now let's get it going here on offense. Let's get close.
2:05 to play in the quarter. Comes back over to Scott Dunn on the left side, free throw line extended. The elbow, it goes to Hyde, tried to get it down low to Parker, tapped out of bounds off the hands of Olson and out of bounds.
Pocatello actually has played our lanes better than anybody else this year as far as some of our little interior passes. They've had their hands in a lot of them. They've done a good job on that.
Exactly 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Preston trails by 4. Pass comes in to Garrett Ward just back into the game. And Smaley with it, top of the key.
Jeez.
That's a pretty good body shot by Downs.
Yeah, and then he looks out like, oh, what did I do?
And that's now 3 on him.
Cracks me up when someone hammers somebody and then looks at the ref like, what did I do?
1:52 to play in the quarter. That's the 6th team foul against Pocatello. So again, they're out of fouls.
Yeah.
Matthew Ney is going to come back in as Downs will head back to the bench with his 3 fouls.
Boy.
He's still incredulous as he comes to the bench.
Yeah.
Comes to Hyde, Smaley with it. After the inbound pass, they want Dunn to cut through, so they'll overload the left side. Smaley stops at the elbow, comes over to Parker. 14-foot jumper from the baseline is good.
Great job, Riley. He sure hit some big buckets to get Preston to within 2 now, Dan.
He has 9 in the game, 1:30 to play. Here in quarter number 3. Brown will just simply give it off to Ney. Try to get it back to Brown, see if they can set up a 3-point shot here for him. He's made several. He has 14 points tonight. Back to Brown. He wants to drive. Stops, spins underneath. Romrell had it, dropped it, and now it's picked up by Brown and a timeout. Nope.
Oh, he stood up with the ball. I thought they were going to call travel.
But because when the ball was loose, and as soon as they got hands on it, Coach Green called the timeout.
Before the travel, okay.
So we'll take a timeout here as it'll be a full timeout for Pocatello. We'll come back with more again right after this on mylocalradio.com.
That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Well, the first couple of minutes of the quarter certainly belonged to Pocatello.
Yeah.
And the last 3 minutes or so have really belonged to Preston as they've got it back now to a 2-point game. So it's 49-47. So technically, Preston has now outscored them by 1 in the quarter.
Yeah, exactly. And, you kind of feel a little momentum shifting to Preston now. And always big how you finish quarters. So for Preston fans, we want to finish this quarter strong right now going into the last fourth quarter. It's going to be a good game. You can tell it's not going to be a game where, one team runs away by 30 or whatever. It's a good game.
Fouls now starting to pile up for Pocatello. They have 3 men with 3 fouls in the game.
Yep.
One of them is on the court in Sheldon Ramrell. in the corner. It comes off. Nay wants to drive, and he's going to be bumped there by Dunn.
Yeah, they caught Dunn kind of holding there, so that'll be the 4th team foul. So Pocatello will get the ball under their own basket again.
That'll be second one on Scotty for the day as well.
Yeah.
1:06 to play here in the third. 49-47 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. They get it in as he comes into Romero, way out past the three-point line. Brown wants to drive, goes around Hyde. Whoops, little scoop shot, but he's going to say it was knocked away.
Riley blocked it. Yeah, got his hand on the ball, and then it went out of bounds. It was a good play by Parker.
So Brown will bring it in with exactly 1 minute to play in the quarter. They get it in. Olsen, quick turnaround three is an air ball, pulled down by Parker. It comes to Smaley, quickly ahead to Ward in the front court. Garrett had it knocked away, but luckily it comes right to Luke. And Smaley now will slow it down with 45 seconds to play in the quarter. Back out top to Riley, to Ward. In the corner, it goes back to Smaley. Smaley wants to come around the screen set there by Hyde. And stops down low to Hyde, kick it back to Parker, steps back for a three, no. Ward has the rebound inside, they finally called a foul.
Good job, Garrett.
Guy's got a bear hug on him.
So they're doubling Hyde, and Parker's going to be open all night on that. And so he'll get that shot. But a great hustle play by Garrett there to get that rebound and draw the foul. That was a really good play.
1-and-1 coming for Garrett Ward. The foul's on Matthew Nate.
It's 2 shots. It's 2 shots because they're not in the bonus. Oh, they are. They're at, I'm looking at the wrong. Yeah, I did the same thing usually looking at Indians. Yeah, they are at 7. 1-and-1.
First
good
one
job.
Is good.
Yep. That's hard when you see Indians.
Yeah, no.
Yep. Good job, Garrett.
Ward makes the first. That foul was against Matthew Ney. That's his second.
They're starting to get those fouls stacking up on their team.
31 seconds to play in the quarter. Ward makes them both.
Couple of big foul shots there to tie the game. Great job.
We are now even at 49. 30 seconds to play here in the quarter number 3. Brown works against Smaley. Comes around the screen set by Ramble, way out away from the basket. Dribbles between his legs a couple of times. Clock down to 17, 16, 15, 13. Still can't do anything with the ball. Finally gives it off. Ramble wants to drive, lays it off. It's through their hands. Luke has it with 7. Tries to runs into Ramble.
It went off.
And they're going to say it's off of Ramble and out of bounds.
Yeah.
Ramble's lucky he didn't get called for a blocking foul, which would have been his 4th.
Yeah. Yep. So 3.5 seconds, plenty of time to get a good shot off. Jones wisely puts Cooper in to try to get a 3 off.
Parker will bring it into the backcourt as Pocatello really lets them line up however they want. Here comes Smaley with 2, with 1. The three-pointer is no good. So we're done with 3, and we're back to where we started at the beginning of the night.
0-0.
As we go to the 4th, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. It's 49-49. We'll take you to the 4th quarter after this on mylocalradio.com.
Refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
So the Indians outscore Pocatello by 3 in the quarter. And we're even at 49 as we start the 4th, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Downs back into the game with his 3 fouls. Works against Dunn. Looks back door, nothing there, so he'll go back to Olsen. Brings across the top of the key. Back to Hales. He's back into the game now as well after that little pushing incident with Cooper midway through the quarter. And he tries to back in.
They didn't call that on Cooper, did they? They called it on Luke?
They called that on
Luke.
Yeah, they called it on Luke.
That wasn't much of a foul. Huh.
That's 2 on Luke. And Preston now out of fouls as well. That comes to Olson. Free throws is not what Pocatello has been doing tonight. They did not shoot a single free throw in the third quarter. They've only shot 2 in the game. As it comes to Brown, a 3-point area, doesn't shoot. Huff back into the game with his 3 fouls. Downs, pull-up jumper, good. So Downs hits the 2-pointer. That puts Pocatello back on top by a deuce. 51-49 here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. 7:10 to play here in regulation. Back door to Dunn. It was off his hands. Hyde able to save it and then put it back in.
Good vision by Ty to see that pass and finish. Great job.
I got Ty with 21. That's 3 straight games over 20 now for Ty. Downs gives it off to Brown. Comes back to Olson, now back to Brown. Drives, stumbles, reverse layup is off the bottom of the rim. Rebound is off to Parker, ahead to Smaley. Luke pushes up into the front court, splits the double team and a charging foul.
They're both moving. That's just, yeah. Wow. I mean, you can see if he was standing there, but they're both sliding. And so that's kind of crazy. But anyway, again, that's your home cooking. You're going to get that a little bit.
Tried to slide to close up that little 5-foot opening that Luke tried to go through.
Yeah, they're both moving there. So.
Tied at 51, 6:30 to play. Brown with it, left side, now wants to pull it back out top again. Now again, we'll come back down the left side. Back out top as it comes to Hales. Hales goes back to Huff, now back to Brown. Kid doesn't shoot, Huff has it. Force it back down low, kick it back outside, driving, try to flip it up around, Hyde, no good. Ty has the rebound, and he's
jump ball.
They're going to call that a held ball.
All he did is touch the ball, and they called the jump.
Yeah, that's awful quick.
You know, usually when it's a jump ball, 2 people have to simultaneously be holding it.
Yep.
Wow.
I agree.
That was a pretty quick jump whistle.
But the ball comes back over to Preston.
Yep.
They can take the lead with a hoop. Hobson drives all the way. Blocking foul.
And then now they call. Wow.
Was that Huff that got off the floor first? If it is, it's 4.
No.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I just don't understand. That's just amazing. Wow. Okay, so Cooper will go to the line.
They do call the foul against Huff.
Okay, so that's his 4th. So they're going to bring Hale back in, it looks like. So
now Romero comes over and sits on the end of the bench.
Oh, is that who it was?
First one is good.
Good. That's Preston. Is that the first lead?
I believe that is the first lead of the game.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So
with 6:02 to play, Preston finally has a lead tonight.
Yep.
That's 7 for Hobson.
Get in there.
Make
yes.
it 8.
Just got to kind of chip away and take the lead out a little more now.
So 53-51. Preston finally on top here tonight. Downs will swing it back out top. Whoa, look out.
Yeah, Smith's got to be careful. He's got 3 right now. He can't.
That's a pretty good. That's a little bit of a push, but I'll tell you, Brown's a pretty good actor too.
Yeah.
As that will be against Parker.
Yeah.
That's just his second.
Yeah, Smaley has 3, and Hobson has 3 too, right?
Smaley with 3, Hobson with 3.
Yeah, those two got to be real careful. This could be, theoretically could be an overtime game. So you've got this kind of game that looks like it could, so you got to be careful.
Downs at the free throw line. He'll shoot 1 and 1, but this is only the 3rd free throw of the night for Pocatello, and it's no good.
And those long ones a lot of times go back to the offense.
Take it back out from the corner. 3-pointer is good by Downs.
Yep, missed the foul shot, made it 3.
Back on top by 1 is Pocatello, 54-53. 5.5 to play here in the 4th, brought to you by Webb Funeral Home. Hobson, corner it goes to Smaley. Drop it down on the left block to Hyde. Ty turns in the middle, tries to go up and put it in.
Yeah, it should have been a foul too. He got hacked.
So the lead flip-flops again. Back to Preston up by 1. Huff drives, kick it out. In the corner it goes to Olson. Back down low on the block to Huff. Turns on Hyde. Foul on Hyde. Boy, they called that off.
Yeah, that ref was calling that no matter what.
Absolutely.
That was going to happen. He just had his hand up, and that was going to get called. So,
yeah, it was cocked and ready to go.
Yep. So
Huff's going to go to the free throw line on the shooting foul, so he's going to shoot 2.
That's good. That's only 2 on Ty.
And the first one is no good.
Got to box him out because, on these long foul shots that come off, it's really important for Preston to box out.
Huff now with a second. And he missed them both.
There we go, good.
That's a bit of a break. Hobson has the rebound.
Yep.
Still a 1-point Preston lead, 55-54 on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. 4:45 to play. Hobson dribbles through a crowd, has it taken away by Downs. Downs will pull it back out as the defenders are back. However, he finds Hale in the corner for three. Good.
Wide open.
Back to a 2-point Pocatello lead now. Hobson with it, free throw line extended left, drop it down on the block, it goes to Ty in the paint, goes off the glass and in.
Yeah, I'd keep feeding that horse right now.
Ty's got 25.
Yeah, because Huff's got 4. He's not gonna foul him, so keep going.
Back to a tie game now at 57 as Hales drives the baseline.
That's 4 on
Cooper. That's going to be a blocking foul on Cooper. That's 4.
Yep, so Jones may leave Cooper in. I don't know what he's going to do.
So Hobson with 4. 1-1 coming up here for Caden Hales, his first free throws of the game.
Yeah, he's going to give Hobson a little break and bring Riley in.
Actually be 2. And now with the 10 team fouls, that puts Pocatello into the double bonus. So Hales will get 2 here. The game tied at 57. First one is good. On my unofficial sheet up here, I have Ty with 25, which would put him 1 short of his season high.
Well, he'll get his season high tonight.
Hales with the second, good again. He now has 10 in the game, and back to a 2-point lead again for Pocatello, 59-57. Back to Smaley. Wilson wants to go along the left side, gets it to Dunn. Back to Smaley in the corner. Down low, Ty, and he's held. And that's going to be on Romrell. That's 4 on him.
Yeah, that's 4 on him. So Romrell and Huff both have 4. So
your option at this point with 4 minutes left is risk them fouling out of the game or bring Hales back in.
Well, he's got Huff out right now, so he'll probably stick with Romrell, but Preston's just going to keep going right back at him.
Ty's first is
gotta
short.
Make those. Yep.
Rebound to Hales. Gives it to Brown up into the front court. 2-point Pocatello lead, 59-57. Hands it off. Comes to Downs, way out near the timeline to finally get around Smaley. Gives it to Olsen in the corner, and a reach-in foul against Ward.
Wow, it's too bad because they turned it over.
I'm not sure what Olsen was doing way out here near the timeline.
I don't know.
So the foul against Garrett is his. They have 2. I had him with 2 already, but we'll take that.
Yeah, I don't think they've got all the fouls right.
So Downs, or Olsen rather, at the line. Makes the free throw here. Backed out to a 3-point lead, trying to extend that. Olsen's second free throw, no good. So it stays the 3-point lead, 60-57. Pocatello on top with 3.5 to play. Smaley up into the front court, gives it off to Dunn. Back out top to Parker. They'll swing it all the way around, back to Smaley again in the left corner. Hyde comes out to set the screen, gives it to Luke. Luke drives, puts it in.
Good shot, yeah. Luke needs to keep attacking and try to draw the defense, either finish or get it to Ty.
That's 6 now for Luke. Preston trails by 1. 60-59. Olsen back out top to Hales. Hales drives on board, pushed off.
Yep.
Comes back out to Brown. Brown now will kick it back. That's Romrell for 3. Shoot that all day. Ball's punched away from Dunn. Ball's loose, picked up by Smaley. Here comes the Preston. Olsen, Hales drives.
Yes.
Blocking foul.
Yes.
That's against Downs, rather, and that's 4 on him.
It's 4 on him. Boy, they got a lot of guys with 4. That was the right call because he was moving. The Pocatello fans are mad, but it's not offensive when both guys are moving like that. So that's the right call. Ty Hyde with the chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play to give Preston a 2-point lead. with only 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. It's a great game.
It's going right down to the end. Hope you're enjoying this one tonight. Our pleasure to bring it to you as Ty goes back to the free throw line. This is his 13th free throw of the night. And it's good.
Good. Timeout. That's a good timeout by Preston to regroup here.
Ty has made 10 out of 13. Timeout by Preston just to catch their breath. And we'll do the same thing. Back in 30 seconds after this on mylocalradio.com.
A higher level of precision and accuracy, that's what the new Naveo Robotic Assistance System at Franklin County Medical Center provides you. Whether you're in need of revision, partial or total knee replacement, the new robotic assisted surgery technology at Franklin County Medical Center allow knee surgery candidates the comfort of knowing that their knee surgery will be performed with confidence, improving the function, feel, and longevity of your new knee. Learn more about the new robotics machine at fcmc.org. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Preston has outscored Pocatello 13-11 here in the fourth. They have a 2-point lead with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. And again, we want to thank our friends at Webb Funeral Home for sponsoring the fourth quarter of Preston basketball all year long. Remember, they've been servicing the folks of Franklin County in their time of need since 1925. If you find yourself in need of their advice and their friendly concern and care, stop by and see them. They're on Highway 91 just south of the city limit of Preston. Remember, it's Webb Funeral Home. There when you need them. Here we go. Brown brings it up into the front court. Preston leads by 2, 62-60. Brown wants to kind of direct traffic as he dribbles against Smaley. Goes along the right side as Downs back into the game with his 4 fouls. Back to Brown, now back to Downs. Back out top of the key. Swing it over to Olsen. Looks at a 3. Good again.
Wow. He's killed us tonight on that. You're not expecting it, and he's draining them.
He has 14, and Pocatello back to a 1-point lead, 63-62. Smaley with it in the corner. Lobs it inside. It goes to Hyde. Pushed off the blocks a little bit by Huff. Now they give it turnaround jumper by Ty is good.
Great job by Ty to recognize that openness and knock it down. 1-point lead for Preston.
Ty now with 29 on my unofficial score sheet up here as we sit high above the eastern sideline. Here comes Hales. Free throw line, stops, gives it back to Brown. Another 3. Hey, he's human. He missed one.
Wow.
As the rebound comes off to Olsen and in.
We're just getting smashed from behind sometimes. They're not calling any of that stuff.
1-point lead again for Pokey, 65-64. Down to a minute and a half to play here in the fourth quarter. Luke down low to Ty. Ty, a reverse layup, and he's fouled.
Oh, somebody's out.
This is going to go against Olsen, I believe. He was on this side of the rim.
It was Olsen?
Yep. It'd be Olsen.
Okay,
that's his
Olsen.
third.
Okay. I was thinking that was on Huff. So
both teams are out of fouls now, and the double bonus is each side now with 10. But Ty back to the free throw line. He's made 10 of 13 so far tonight.
2 big ones right here.
And with 29 total in the game, this will be his 14th and 15th of the night. First one is good.
Good job, Ty. Great job.
First time this year, Ty has hit the 30-point mark. That ties the team high for the year by Cooper Hobson.
Oh, just short.
The second one is short. Tied at 65, 1:15 to play here in regulation. It comes to Downs. Downs driving, stops 14 feet straight away, can't shoot, kicks it back out to Olsen. Olsen tries to go around Hobson, he tripped and fell. Here comes the Preston 3-on-3. It goes to Smaley, lay it in.
Good, that gives Preston a 2-point lead now with just a minute left, Dan.
Clock runs with 54 timeouts. Pocatello.
Great job.
It'll be a full timeout. We'll sneak one in here as well, our final one. We'll take a break. We'll come back and bring you the conclusion of tonight's game after this, with Preston leading by a deuce, 67-65 on mylocalradio.com.
On your money? If so, Lewiston State Bank has the account for you. This is Shelley Austin, and I'm here to tell you about our MyRate checking account. It is a free checking account that can earn a high rate of interest on the first $25,000. The rate is even higher than that of most savings accounts. So stop by and visit me at our Tree Mountain branch, or go to our website at ls-bank.com and ask us how you can qualify for this high interest rate on your checking account. Lewiston State Bank, a division of People's Intermountain Bank, member FDIC.
67-65. How are you doing it sitting up here as a dad? And better question is, how did you sit through three state titles?
Well, first of all, I'm glad Dr. Beckstead isn't checking my blood pressure right now. But, you know, the most stressful was Austin's senior year, our first state championship. We had tried so hard to just get to state, and we finally got there. And we knew how much it meant to the community and the team. And that was really stressful, that first one. And they're all stressful, but this is stressful tonight, too, trust me.
I believe you. The quick reset for you, 55 seconds left in regulation. 67-65, Preston on top. Both teams are in the double bonus as they have 10 team fouls for the half.
Do we know who has the possession?
Possession arrow belongs to Pocatello.
Pocatello, okay, so that can be big this time of the game. So
they bring it into Brown, back in the backcourt. Look for them to try to set up a three-pointer if it gets to that point. Comes to Huff in the corner, drives, lays it underneath.
Good ball. All ball. In fact, he was about a foot away from the guy. He reached back and he just had the ball.
That's a horrible ball.
Wow.
And 3 on tie.
Wow.
And back to the free throw line will go Olsen to shoot 2.
Wow.
Olsen's first. Good.
That's such a big call. Ty did such a good job. He just extended the ball out, and Ty just literally grabbed the ball, and they called a foul. So, 1 point game.
Olsen for the tie. Made it.
What a game.
We're even at 67. 43 seconds to play. Luke will bring the ball up across the timeline. Takes a second to mop his brow. Gets it off to Dunn. Dunn to Hyde, back to Smaley.
Preston will just take their time and go for the last shot, so it's either a win or overtime. Got to get out of the 5 second.
They get it to Dunn, back to Hyde, now back to Smaley again. Clock down to 18 seconds and counting. Down to 16, 15, 13.
Okay, let's go.
Put it into motion, and a timeout called by Coach Jones with 10.8 left.
To relook at it, yep. Good timeout.
So they'll run the clock down, and they'll take the timeout here. It's a full timeout. All right, Coach.
Coach?
What do you do? To take that dad hat off and put the coach hat on.
Well, I think you want to have Smaley drive in and try to create something, break the defense down, either have him finish or hand it into Ty. I wouldn't be surprised if they also kick it out to Hobson or Dunn. But, you know, obviously we want to shoot with about 2 or 3 seconds left, so it's either win or overtime.
Right.
Now, one thing we got to remember, we don't want to draw a foul. And if they do foul us, that's the other thing. It is 2 shots.
Right, but if it's an offensive foul, it's a non-shooting
foul. That's what I'm saying for us. So if we do draw a foul, so with that said, they're going to be real tentative as we drive in because their coach is saying, look, don't foul them.
And it also gives you a little bit more, aggression's the wrong word, but certainly you can go to the basket a little bit harder.
Confidence to be a little harder, knowing that they won't get foul shots if you get an offensive foul. But so I look for Preston to try to attack pretty soon after the timeout. There could be a play they've drawn up, but hopefully we'll shoot with 2 or 3 seconds left. That gives us time for a putback.
Right.
On something like that. So it looks like Smaley will inbounds the ball.
Smaley will bring it in. Hyde, Dunn, Hobson, and Ward on the floor. So they have the shooters out there. They get it in. Hyde way out near the timeline, gives it back to Luke. 9 seconds on the clock. Back to Ward. Ward bounces inside to Hyde. Ty's fouled.
It's good. It's good.
Fouls on Huff. He's out of the game.
So now 2.7 seconds is an eternity to get a shot off.
They called it against Downs. He's out of the game.
Yeah, it was on Huff. So obviously Ty's got to make one, and 1 out of 2 we'll take because they're most likely going to shoot a 3. But the good thing is Ty has 2 shots to make one.
So 2.7 left. Ty has 2 opportunities to give them the lead, and like you said, they're more likely going to shoot 3. So if he makes 1 or 2, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, but we don't. If he makes 1, we certainly don't want to foul him. They'll get 2 shots. So just got to knock these in, Ty. He's been doing it all night.
First one by Ty. No good.
Okay, that's the hardest one. So let's just knock this in, Ty. Just get us 1, then we play good defense, don't foul him.
He's made 12 out of 16 tonight.
Yep.
And here's the important one.
Yep. Preston's got everybody back. Just, they don't want to give anything up.
Ty for the lead. Missed it. Is in and out. And timeout called by Pocatello with 2.7 to play. Coach Jones is pointing at the clock that it never started.
It didn't.
And it should have because it was a missed free throw before they could call timeout.
Yeah, and you can't call timeout and not have any time wasted. So
that's right.
They need to take some time off the clock because you have to get the rebound and call a timeout.
That's
so there's got to be something taken off.
At least 3/4 of a second that comes off, I'm guessing. Again, we'll keep it here as the referees will huddle and figure out how much time should come off the clock. It's got it, like you said, it's got to be something because
they'll probably put like 2.3 or something. I mean, they had, if they called a timeout that quick, they had to take some time though.
The clock doesn't start on the rebound; it starts on the miss.
Yep. And then they have to get the rebound and call the timeout. So there's definitely time off the clock. They'll probably have 2 point something. So now they'll have the ball under the basket though, right?
Yeah, should be in the back court.
So we've just got to be really careful not to foul them. And of course to protect, from a 3. But especially we can't foul because a foul gives them 2 foul shots to win it. Got to be really smart here.
We were tied at 49 to start the quarter.
So they took 3/10 of a second off, which is a little generous for Pocatello, but.
Tied at 67, now 2.4 seconds left on the clock. As referees reminding the coaches that how many timeouts they have. Pocatello now apparently is out of timeouts, I think they said.
The scoreboard shows they have 1 left.
Preston has 1.
Yeah.
Yep, they confirmed it again. So the scoreboard is wrong. Pocatello does not have a timeout.
Now this is looking for them to get it into Brown and try about a half-court shot or 3. So
they're gonna put Ty on the inbound pass.
Yeah, surprising we're not denying Brown a little bit more, but there it is.
Comes to Brown.
Can't foul him.
Tries to go around Luke from 40 feet away. No good. We're going overtime.
Yep. Here we go.
67-67. Take a timeout. We'll go to the overtime session after this on mylocalradio.com.
It's refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Number 4.
So here we go. We'll go to the overtime. The tip is controlled by Ty. Overtime has been a good place for Preston this year. They are 3-0.
We definitely have experience with it.
Comes to Hyde.
Oh,
Hyde kicks it off to Hobson. Pass was deflected by Cleves, but luckily found its target. Back out top, it comes to Luke again. 67-67. In the overtime sessions this year, as it comes to Hyde, Ty spins, goes off the glass, no good. Rebound is tapped around. Brown has it, pushes it up into the front court. Back to Huff, looks at a long three, good. Wow, 70-67. In the overtime sessions this year, Preston has beaten Minico twice and they beat Century. They picked on the big guys on the block to beat them in overtime. Dunn, or Hyde rather, inside, no shot. They could call the foul before the shot.
Who's the foul on? Oh, it's before. Well,
it doesn't matter.
Who did they call it on?
Called it on Olsen. That's his fourth.
So that's it. Boy, they got about everybody with 4 now.
Ty's going to go back to the free throw line to shoot 2 again because they're in the double bonus, and that carries over into the overtime. His 18th and 19th free throws of the night.
Made that one. Yep.
He missed the 2 at the closing moments of regulation that would have won the game. But he gets him back to within a deuce. He can cut that down to even to 1 as the second one bounces in.
Great job, Ty. All right, good defense now. Calm down and good D.
70-69, 3 minutes to play in the first overtime.
Ooh, slid.
Brown goes back to Huff, looks at another 3. That one's too long.
Good,
Smaley up high.
Oh, that's a foul.
Rebound, and that's going to be a reach, and that's not a tie-up.
No, that's a foul. They called the foul.
That's going to be against Olsen. If it is, it's 5.
Yep. That's Olsen that just hit the 3, right? Yeah.
No, it was Huff. Yep, it's against Olsen, and he's out of the game.
Yep, he's out. So.
Yeah, you can't get a tie-up just by reaching in and trying to reach across the guy's body.
Yep.
That's what Coach Green is arguing about, that he had a hand on the ball.
Yeah,
doesn't mean you automatically get a tie-up. Yep. So Smaley's going to go to the line. Pocatello gets 30 seconds to replace him, and they're going to bring in Ramroll.
Another guy with 4 fouls. Yeah.
So Downs is fouled out. Olsen fouls out.
Yep.
And they have 2 players on the floor with 4 fouls already. So here's Smaley to tie the game. Good.
Yeah, it's getting to be where Pocatello's got 2 on the court now with 4, right? Romrill and Huff. Yep.
Smaley's second. Good again. Preston has a lead.
All right, got to play some good D now. Got to guard the 3. That's the thing that's killed us, is the 3.
Brown, crossover dribble, tries to go down low. Romro has an easy layup. He got position in front of Parker.
Got to get in position there. Yep.
Nothing they could really do with that. 72-71.
Oh, come
Dunn
on.
throws it at the basket, no good. Scotty's getting up slowly, no foul on the call. Here comes Brown, outnumbered attack here with now Dunn able to get up and finally get back down the court. Swing it over as it comes to Cleves, 2:20 to play. 72-71, Pokey on top. Back to Brown. Brown drives, goes up over Hobson, no good. Ty has the rebound up high. Quick outlet comes to Cooper, back up into the front court.
There you go.
They'll slow it down, look at a 3, no good. Well, Parker has the rebound and the
good
foul
job, Riley.
on the floor. It's a holding foul. Who's that against?
20. Or was it
against
2?
Cleves, his second.
2, okay. Great job by Riley to get that rebound down.
Riley goes to the line for his first 2 free throws of the night and can tie the game again. First one is good.
Attaboy, Riley. Tie game. Looking to take the lead here.
72-72. 2:03 left. Get them both.
Attaboy. Good job. All right, D him up now. 2 minutes to go, down up 1.
I got Riley with 11 in the game. Preston up by a point. Brown goes behind the back. Romrill outside the arc, looking for somebody to give it
Hands
to.
Up.
Down low on Huff. Huff kicks it back out. Romero doesn't take the three. Wants to drive. He traveled. Yes, he did before the shot.
You know, they've done that a lot tonight. They've slid their feet down there, and they've called them a few times, but that one was so obvious they had to call it.
I didn't walk on the floor before the game, and it must be slick because they try to jump stop, and
what a pick.
Knocks down the player on the pick. Go to Hobson for three. Short.
Get it, Riley.
Riley's got it, saves it on the floor. Back to Hobson again. Down low to Ty.
Oh, Ty's the layup. Ty. Oh, use the glass.
He went for the dunk and was short. Back to Brown. 1:20 to play. Preston by a point. Brown back to Huff, drives down the middle and a reach-in foul, no shot. That's the foul's going to be against Ty. That's 4 on him.
Wow, what a sequence there. So Preston still up 1. Got Huff on the line. This is 2 shots for him. What a game, Dan. What a game. Here we go.
Makes 1, he ties it. Makes them both, he gives his team the lead. First one, good.
Made it. Wow.
Huff now with 9. Tied at 73. 1:16 left in the first overtime. Second one is good.
Here we go.
So Pocatello goes back up by a point again, 74-73.
I think he learned his lesson on that pick. Yeah, he looked around that time.
Cleve's got his head on the swivel.
Oh, they're all over Ty. They're just manhandling him.
As it goes in the corner, now back down to Ty on the right block. Spins in the paint, lay it up and in.
Good shot by Ty. And see, Huff isn't going to foul him, so that's a great job. But he was holding him like crazy, and they didn't call it.
Ty now with 32 in the game. Preston back up by a point. 50 seconds to play. Brown drives. Goes around, blocked by Ty, picked up by Smaley.
Good.
Up into the front court, here comes Luke. He'll now slow it down, timeout, Preston.
Good.
With 40.2 left.
Interesting timeout by Preston, but they must have gave us an extra timeout.
You get 2 timeouts in the overtime.
So still have 1 left, and that's good.
So 40.2 left tonight's game. Hope you're enjoying it. Is brought to you in part by Stokes Market and True Value, where they see all their customers as neighbors and friends. If you go in and see them, you're going to find a very clean and modern store where they have the freshest meats, the best produce, and fresh bakery items as well. Stop by and see them for yourself. They're on State Street in Preston. That is Stokes Market and True Value, a proud sponsor of Preston basketball.
What a great high school basketball game tonight. This has just been up and down and back and forth and entertaining.
Do you want me to check your pulse?
I do not want my blood pressure checked right now. I don't want that to happen right now. But what a fun game, though. And, you know, win or lose either of these teams, nobody's going to lose tonight. This is a fun game.
The one thing about being a rivalry game the way it is, even though it has been a lot of clutching and grabbing and fouls that the referees have called and not called at times, other than that, you know what, it's been very spirited, but it's also been fairly clean as emotions have not taken over at any point during the
there hasn't been a lot of cheap shots and all that stuff, so it's been good. But so now, Dan, Preston, of course, has to take care of the ball. We don't need to score. This is layup only time.
Right.
Pocatello is going to pressure us and try to, get a turnover. But it's going to come down to foul shots to win this game.
You would like to have a bucket. That way a three-pointer won't beat you.
Right.
But you take that chance. Hobson, free throw line extended left.
Got to dribble out of that.
Comes back over to Dunn. Scotty has it. Dangerous pass. Comes to Parker. I'd follow him, absolutely.
Well, he just made 2, so I like him back on the line. Let's put him in, Riley.
Fouls on Peyton Cleaves. That's his 3rd. And now Riley's going to go back to the free throw line.
Well, there were some scary passes right there, Dan.
I've always been a real naysayer of that skip pass across the defense anyway, as Parker makes the first. Now here's the important one.
Yeah, the skip pass is always a little scary. So here's Caden Hales checking in.
As Hale comes back into the game. Parker makes this one, and a three-pointer will not beat you with 23 seconds left. Made it.
Boy, those are some huge foul shots.
Nice job by the senior.
Up into
the front court. Timeout called by Pokey.
Yep. Great job, Riley Parker.
So 21 seconds left.
I'll tell you, Ty Hyde obviously has had a monstrous game, but Riley Parker has has really stepped up at some times when we really needed him to tonight, especially on the foul shots. So I'm proud of him. He's done a great job tonight.
Yeah, the one thing we haven't talked about all night was the new polls came out on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And in the coaches poll, the Preston Indians had leapfrogged back up to the #1 spot.
Yeah, and you know what you can do with polls?
Yeah, exactly.
You can send them down the road. It means absolutely nothing. What matters tonight is to win this game and get a second seed in the district tournament. That's the only thing that matters. And we've had seasons where we were ranked #1 the whole year, and then we didn't make it to state. So
correct me if I'm wrong, with the win tonight, doesn't Century clinch the #1 seed?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
So, but Century, and here's where your polls are so misleading.
Yeah.
They're 4th in both polls.
Yeah, and you got some guys in Northern Idaho voting and coaches, and so they go off win-loss records, and a lot of it is kind of a guesstimate for them. But Preston has a great reputation. I'm not saying we're not the #1 team in the state. I mean, but we're definitely up there. But
the top 4 teams in each poll come from the Great Basin 10.
Exactly. So, but the most important thing is these 21 seconds right now. Preston just really has to clamp down here and especially prevent a 3 from going in.
A 3 would tie the game. Preston leads 77-74. Huff will bring it in, brings it into Brown in the backcourt. Gives it off to Cleaves on the right side, drives baseline. Can't get a shot there. Back out top to Hales, back to Cleaves in the corner. 11-10 inside. He had it, lost it, throws it up at the basket, no good. And the foul inside. Yeah. But you know what?
Oh, no, they're going to call it on Preston.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Because they can't tie the game with 4.7 seconds left.
I know, but it was on Pocatello. They shoved from behind.
But
yeah, you're right.
Here's what
they're going to make the first one and miss the second one is probably what they're going to do. So
fouls on Hobson is 5th. He's
Get
out.
your best rebounders in there.
Here's what I found so surprising was they're forcing the ball down low and trying to fight for a 2-point basket, which doesn't win you the game.
I don't know what the thought was there, Dan. I don't know either. I would have, the way they're shooting tonight, I would have gone for a 3.
Try to score quick and foul that. But the way we've been shooting free throws, that doesn't work.
So they're gonna try to make this. Okay, so they missed this. So now
they have to miss and get a 3.
Miss it, or they make it and immediately foul us. Is probably what they'll do. I think they're gonna.
I think they go the other way. I think they try to miss and kick it out for a 3.
Well, if they miss it, we're gonna get the rebound.
Rebound.
There's your make.
Those
now they're gonna foul us.
It's a 2-point game. Comes into Parker, gives it to Smaley, and there's the foul.
And now remember, we do have a timeout left. So what a game.
Smaley's going to go to the line to shoot 2. He makes 1. It guarantees no less than a tie.
Yeah.
He makes them both. It'll clinch the game.
It should. In high school where they don't have the, in the NBA in 4.7 seconds you can get 5 possessions.
Well, you let him go ahead and bring it up the floor and shoot the 3.
Yeah, you just let him go.
And just let him shoot it.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Again, if they shoot it, if they make it, you go to another overtime as long as Luke makes at least 1.
Yeah, for sure.
So 77-75, 4.7 seconds left on the Ron Keller Tire scoreboard. What a night.
I can tell you, every bum that paid $6 to get in here got their money's worth. What a game. We've had some fun games this year. We look at the Minico 4 overtime, and I don't know how many overtime games we've had. This is
our 4th.
At least I was going to say I know of 3. So we had Century.
Century at home.
We had to beat Century in overtime at home, and then Minico twice.
Minico 4 overtimes at home and a 1 overtime there.
Yeah. So good experience and good learning for the team.
They changed the clock. They went from 4.7 down to 4.4.
No, there was 3.7. They added time on the clock, which I don't know why they did that.
Luke's first one is good.
That's a big make right now. Now this one's a little easier now that you've made that one.
Luke now with a dozen. That guarantees them not worse than another overtime.
Yep.
Smaley will try the second. Made it. Oh, it's in and out.
Okay, so just nothing. Don't foul him.
Here comes Brown.
Don't foul him.
Why does Smaley take a dive? Brown for the tie. He missed it.
That's a great win.
Preston wins their 4th overtime game of the year. It's their 19th win of the season, and more importantly, it locks up the number 2 seed in the district tournament that gets started next week. Wow.
Dan, this game gives you a little feel for what State's like. State is always grinded out, just get it done, and boy, Preston did it tonight. Hats off to Preston.
So they beat Pocatello for the 12th time in the last 13 games, in 3 in a row. And you know what? Handshakes all around for everybody, Stanley Cup style, as a show of sportsmanship and good hard work by both sides.
A lot of them know each other. They've played on teams together, and they're friends, so it's good. A good, like I said, no losers tonight. Hats off to Pocatello. A great effort to go up against Preston, and it was a great game.
So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll start the pregame show as Preston locks up the number 2 seed with another overtime win tonight, 78-75 over Pocatello. Back after this with the postgame show on mylocalradio.com. This has been Preston Indians basketball. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Webb Funeral Home, Lewiston State Bank, Franklin County Medical Center, My Local Radio, West Motors, Stokes Market True Value, S&T Electric, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Idaho Salvage, Ron Keller Tire, Valley Implement, and Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Now stay tuned for the postgame show, coming right up.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
All right, welcome back to the post-game show as the Preston Indians somehow, some way, trailing by 12, managed to fight back, tie the game at 49 going to the fourth quarter. They force overtime at 67 apiece and then win it 78-75.
It was just a great hard-fought game on both sides, and you know, Preston, maybe the overtime experience, you know, factored in a little bit, that it didn't rattle us. That we've been there, we've done that. I don't know how many overtime games Pocatello's had this year, but experience is a good thing. But, you know, Preston played well. There were, you know, some things that we normally get out of some players we didn't get tonight. But all in all, I mean, Ty Hyde had to have a big night with the size advantage, and he did. 30 what? How many points?
I got 32.
They said 38, so
well,
I don't know who's right.
It could be because I may have missed some early.
Yeah, either way, just a great night by Ty, and I thought Riley Parker was big. I thought Smaley handled the ball well and made some big plays and foul shots when he had to. We just kind of did what we had to do.
Difference in the game had to be the perseverance of number one of Preston, but also the free throw shooting.
Yeah.
For the night, I have them on my unofficial sheet here, 20 out of 28 for the game.
Yeah, and that's great. That's more where we need to be. And, you know, earlier in the year when we're shooting 12 or 13 out of 28, we lose this game. So hats off to Preston for getting in the gym a little bit more and shooting those foul shots and doing what we had to do. So it was a fun game, and it definitely was a barn burner, but we're sure glad to have the number 2 seed. That opens a good path for Preston.
So we don't know who will play yet, but one thing we do know for sure is that Preston will be at home on Thursday night next week for the opening game.
We should know after tonight, shouldn't we?
No, but there's one more game tomorrow.
Is there another
has to be made up that was called be canceled because of weather.
Okay. Most likely we'll play Jerome or Wood River, won't we?
Probably. We'll get the winner of one of the two play-in games.
Oh, that's right. They play in. So, yeah, it'll be a minute before we know. But we do know we play on Valentine's Day. What a great date with your spouse.
It's my birthday.
Oh, well, there you go. You get double duty. So
we'll leave this. Let you and Lyle do the game. I'm going out to dinner.
Yeah, for sure.
So we do know that for sure. That Thursday night next week, because the first round is a home game.
Yep.
We do know for sure that round 2, win or lose, will be a home game on that Saturday as well.
I believe so, yep.
Because even if we lose, we'll still be the higher seed of the game with the number 2 seed. So
that's correct.
There should be the 2 home games on Thursday and Saturday of next week in the first 2 rounds of the district tournament. So we're listening for that to AM 1340 and 105.5. We'll have details for you as soon as they become available from the state and from the play-in games on Tuesday night. We can make that information known, but it will be at home on Thursday night, and that is a 7 o'clock tip-off, not 7:30.
Right. We need to make sure people get the word out about that because they're used to 7:30.
All right. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and we'll look at the stat sheet from tonight's game. Preston wins it 78-75 in overtime. Back after this 1-minute timeout on mylocalradio.com.
Health West is a nationally recognized community health center that provides patient-centered health care for everyone. From newborn to complicated care, Health West is always accepting new patients in Medicaid, Medicare, insured, and even if you don't have insurance. Available in 8 locations throughout Southeast Idaho. Call 208-852-3200 for an appointment in Preston. Health West, empowering our patients and communities by providing quality, affordable health care.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch,
welcome back
lawn
to
and garden,
halftime
or
show
car and
and
truck
what was a
parts,
truly
you can always
exciting
get it all
game
at Preston
here
Auto Parts CarQuest.
As Preston able to win it in overtime as they go to 4-0 in the overtime sessions. Look at the stat sheet. First for Pocatello, Caden Hales had 10. Peyton Cleaves had 6 in the game. Isaac Brown, who shot the lights out in the first half, didn't shoot the ball that much in the second half or in the overtime, finished the game with 14. Sheldon Rammerl had 2. Maverick Hales had 2. Jaden Downs, before fouling out, he had 5 points in the game. Tyler Olson fouled out as well. He finished the game with 16. And Trey Huff had a total of 10. As Pocatello shot like crazy in the first half, we thought that they would cool off from behind the arc.
And they did.
They did a little bit, but they finished the game making 14 three-pointers in the game, and they were 9 of 15 from the free throw line.
Wow.
For the Preston Indians, I have Ty with 33 on my sheet. I understand that may be wrong, but I could have missed some early while I was working on the computer to get us back on the air.
Yeah.
Cooper Hobson had 9 in the game. Scott Dunn played but did not score tonight. In fact, didn't hardly even took a shot, didn't shoot a free throw or score a basket. Luke Smaley finished the game with 12. Garrett Ward had 4. Riley Parker, big night for Riley. Needed every point that he gave us. He finished the game with 11.
Nothing bigger than those 4 foul shots. Those were monumental.
Absolutely. Yep. He's played like the senior expected you to in the fourth quarter and in overtime. And Tyler Parker did not score, and Rhett Robertson did not play tonight. How about this number? Preston finishes the game 20 of 28 from the free throw line.
Like it. Good job. Great job calling the game down.
So they win it by the score of 78-75. We'll come back. We'll get some final thoughts from Ron, and we'll wrap it up after this on mylocalradio.com.
Since 1958, when the farmers of Franklin County rolled equipment into the fields for harvest, most of them were rolling on Ron Keller tires, because Keller Tire has the right tires for tractors, combines, swathers, bale wagons, and the trucks that haul hay and grain to market or storage facilities. To keep that equipment rolling during the busy harvest season, Ron Keller Tire also has a fleet of service trucks that make repairs in-field to minimize downtime. Best wishes for a safe and productive harvest from Ron Keller Tires in Preston and North Logan.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that 20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search KASASA.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, for the Preston Indians, ends up being an impressive victory tonight as they win it 78-75. Ron, your final thoughts for the night?
Well, again, a great win. You know, one of the things I've thought about tonight and the last little bit is just the overall, I don't know how to say it, the feeling that a program can develop. And Preston has a winning tradition in basketball. Mm-hmm. And I think that's going to come in really useful as the district tournament starts. In other words, our program's been there, our coaches have been there. Some of these players, Luke and Ty were on the state championship team last year. And, Preston's got the season starts over now. But I look for Preston to come out and do good in the district tournament, hopefully make it to state. And who knows, make a run at state. Last year, nobody gave us a chance really to even do anything this year. And here we are at 19-2, 18-2.
19-2.
So just impressive. But look for Preston to have a good district tournament and to keep it rolling.
I asked Coach Jones about the expectation question that I asked him way back at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
In the game at Shelley, and one thing he did not talk about is how much this team would have grown this season, because they, thing you ever hear is they graduated the whole team after the third straight title, and they didn't know what to expect out of this club.
Exactly.
And okay, so they win 19 games, but the bigger thing is they grew into a team, and with all the overtime games and the close games that they played, they have grown into a team that could very easily go on and now win a fourth straight state.
Yeah, and like I talked about earlier, these kids have played together competitively for a long time.
Right.
So even though, you might say there wasn't a lot of varsity experience, Luke and Ty and Cooper and some of these kids have played competitively against, frankly, better competition that's in the state of Idaho over the last 6 or 7 years. And so that factors in too, and that all helps. But just a great win. And just a heart-pounding victory, but we got it done, which this team has shown a knack to kind of grind these kind of games out, which is really impressive. And so, boy, I'll tell you what, I hope the community comes out Thursday, because this team deserves a sold-out arena and people around the track, because that's this kind of year.
The 2 games they lost, December the 7th at Twin Falls, a game that they really weren't in. I mean, for most of the
we got ahead. We were ahead 8 or 10, I remember, but then they kind of just clamped down on us.
But how much has this team grown since December the 7th? I would like to see that game played over again at some point.
You might have the chance
in the conference tournament to see what happens.
You might have the chance if Twin gets the 4 seed. You might have a chance to see that game in Preston.
Yep, exactly. Of course, the other game they lost was against Century, which was a difficult game. They did not play well the entire night.
Right.
So they were kind of overwhelmed by the circumstance.
Yep.
Speaking of next week, thank you, my friend.
Yes.
We'll see you again on Thursday night. Back at home in Preston, Lyle Fuller will join us on Thursday night as well. And that'll wrap up our broadcast here for tonight. As we mentioned a couple of times, our next broadcast will be Thursday night when the Indians open the Great Basin Tournament. We do not know who they will be playing yet, but we do know one thing for sure. It'll be at Preston Gym, and it'll be against a team yet to be determined. The pregame show gets underway at 6:40. The tip-off is a special time at 7, so please make note of that. And you can catch the game on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. So for tonight, that'll wrap up tonight's broadcast. The executive director of Preston Broadcasting is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator has been John Beverly. And special thanks again to the team managers for the Preston boys basketball team for helping us with our video feed here tonight. We certainly hope you enjoyed the game, as it was everything you expected it to be in a rivalry game, and a game for the ages for Preston, at least, to wrap up the 2nd seed in the upcoming tournament, as that's what it has lying now in front of them coming next week. So until then, for Ron Smaley, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us tonight. Remind you the final score in overtime. Preston beats Pocatello 78-75. Until Thursday, have a good weekend, everybody.
Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.